Hello. Welcome to episode 5 of season 2 of Give It a Year, my podcast diary of the year. My name is Jenny Q, and I have created this cyberspace to share, to create, to communicate, and to connect. It is a place of reflection. It is a place for you to come and hang out with me and find out what crazy thoughts are drifting through my head. This is not a podcast where I am going to solve your problems, have a solution, or try and sell you anything. I wanted and needed for myself to create a cyberspace where there was no expectation other than to just be there, to have a very calm and relaxed and thoughtful space. And I feel like other people might be interested in that, and that's why I created this. And if this is your first episode, you might be looking at this or listening to this and going, who are you? My name is Jenny Q, and I'm an artist. I am a writer. I'm an author. I'm now a podcaster. I'm a sister. I'm a developmental services worker. I am a Canadian, and I am all those things. And this is my podcast diary. So there's really not a lot of convention here, but I do have 4 podcast promises I share at the top of every episode. So if you choose to come back after this episode, you can have some idea of what to expect. So my 4 podcast promises to my guests who come and visit are this. I will be here once a week, every Tuesday. However, in Canada right now, it is Thanksgiving weekend, and I have to work on Monday, which is tomorrow, and then I have a very busy day on Tuesday. So my regular Tuesday, I won't be able to attend our podcast session. So I'm doing it early today on what is my Thanksgiving celebration day, which is Sunday. So I'm glad you're here. I hope you listen to it at some time over your holiday. And if not, later into the year. So that's my first promise. I will be here for one time a week, definitely every Tuesday, and if not, maybe in between. My second promise is that all of my content will be original, like the poem I'm going to share today. I might reference or quote other people and other people who inspire me, but it is not a place where I'm going to sit and read someone else's work or their book or anything like that. And at this time, I'm not doing interviews. This is, like I said, my podcast diary. So you can eavesdrop and be here as long as you want. Promise number 3, my content will have a positive energy to it. I might talk about something dark, but I will always find a way to bring around some sort of light or some sort of positive perspective. And number 4, my last podcast promise to you is I will always leave you with a question or an idea or something to ponder for you. I don't need you to leave a comment. I don't need you to let me know. You're welcome to. But it's for you to take away from our time together and maybe contemplate life in a different perspective than what is currently going on in the world. Or not. So today's episode will be fairly short. I'm still learning all the controls and stuff. So I'm going to quiet down this music a little bit. Actually, I'm going to probably take it right out. There we go. Because I want, as I read my poem, I want you to be able to hear the words and the pacing and everything. If you're someone who writes poetry, you understand how all those elements are important. If you're not someone who listens to poetry or writes poetry, it's a wonderful vehicle to contain thoughts and emotions when there's no other way to express them. I do have other ways to express these emotions right now, but being Thanksgiving, what happened was I woke up this morning and it was 7 o'clock. It was early-ish. And I woke up and I had this one line in the poem, and I'll share with you what that line is, and then you'll see where it fits into the rest of the poem. And what popped into my head is that the line that came in visually in my mind, it was very impressive, not impressive, it was very engaging, is there is strength in silence where I am able to hear my inner voice. And that started the inspiration for the poem. So I got up, sat with a pen and paper, and I scribbled and scribbled and scribbled for probably a good hour and a half, 2 hours. And then after that, I transferred what I had to my laptop, and then I fleshed it out and worked on it for another couple hours. And now it's done, and now I am just like a child, and I just can't wait to share it with you. And so I'm going to read the poem, and then I'll share a little bit of a commentary, and then we're going to wrap up. Because this is Thanksgiving, I don't want to take up a lot of your time. I don't want to take up a lot of my time. There's a delicious turkey downstairs being cooked, and I can smell it. So, I just simply titled this poem. It's called Thanksgiving 2025. Social media is constant, creating whispers of strife and discontent. Fear is front and center, teaching what is wrong in this day and age. Caught in undertows of jealousy, anger, division, and rage. Glued to a screen, I feel it. I have things I want to vent. Hours of scrolling fill thoughts with toxicity because the truth is often bent. Clips and reels teaching me to fear becoming unhealthy, old, or poor. Just click here and you can fix what is wrong with you, and so much more. Sinking in sadness and feeling so small, I lose beliefs without my consent. There is strength in silence, where I am able to hear my inner voice. Be grateful for the guidance of challenges, losses, and fears. I can put my phone down, cutting off ties with technology and the noise. I welcome the wind on my skin, laughter in my belly, and voices that I hear. Both fear and joy are born from curiosity of what I think, I feel, and what I choose to pursue. Gratitude is the fruit of reflection, grown from the seed of 2 small words. Thank you. Now, I'm going to tell you, I want to stop and rewind and listen to that, but I'm not going to. Because this is a diary. It's meant to be messy and this and that. And I just want to share that what I hope comes through in this is the message or the idea and the image that social media, especially in Canada and the US right now, I find is very mesmerizing, and it can steal you away. And there is a lot going on our political fronts right now, between political parties, between things in the world, and to keep your attention, there's a lot of fear-mongering, and there's a lot of half-truths and conspiracy theories, and people who pose as experts who aren't experts, and, you know, AI is creating things that you don't know if it's true or if it's real, and it's very unsettling. Because for me, you hope that your government is looking out for your best interest. And when it's being taught to you or exposed to you that potentially they don't, and you have to sift through and figure out what's true and what's not, it can unsettle you for a lot of things. It can make you feel very unsafe. The truth, however, in my experience, is all that can be true. The government can be corrupt. The world can be mean. Things can be very unfair. In fact, they often are. But the power and the place you can be most stable is when you listen to yourself. When you listen to that inner voice. And when you decide to do something as simple as go for a walk and let the wind brush your hair aside, or sit and have a conversation with a friend, or a meal with a loved one, like Thanksgiving. And these are the things that fill your life and your experience. And this is what you can carry with you. And so in the last stanza, where I talk about fear and joy are born from curiosity, what I'm hoping someone gets from that is that It's what you think, what you feel, and what you choose to pursue. So what you choose to look at on social media, not on social media, what you choose to do instead of social media, what you choose to do in your life is going to decide whether your life is filled with fear or joy. And it's okay if it's a mix of both. It's actually great. Because without fear, you don't know joy, and without joy, you don't know fear. You can't. It's a universal balance. Again, I'm not a guru. I'm not here to save you. This is just my knowledge and my experience and my beliefs, right? And that gratitude, you can only have gratitude when you take time to pause, and you can step back and be thankful and say thank you. And that thank you can be to a number of things. It can be thank you to your God, who you believe in, to the universe. Thank you can be to your family, to your friends, to your neighbors, to a stranger who opens the door for you. A thank you to the barista who makes you your coffee. Thank you to yourself for taking care of yourself and going for a walk. Thank you to yourself for making sure that you have a job and can pay your bills. Thank you for the challenges that make you grow creatively as an artist, or to push you as an athlete. There's all sorts of reasons to say thank you, but when you're on the side of thank you, you welcome and can embrace those challenges, like not being able to jump over a hurdle, or maybe lose a job, or have a breakup, or burn the turkey dinner, whatever the case may be, right? So, as I like to do, I'd love to leave you with some questions and a little bit at the end of my podcast. So I am actually going to bring the music back up, because I like to start my podcast with the music, and I like to bring it back with the music. And here we go. So I'm gonna bring it back up. There we go. There it is. I think that's a good mix. I think you can hear it. So the questions I want to leave you with is, are you thankful? Obviously, that's a good question, right? But are you thankful just today because it's Thanksgiving, or tomorrow because it's your Thanksgiving holiday? And when you are thankful, what is it you're thankful for? Because I do believe everyone has something to be thankful for. If we're alive, even if you're in the worst of the worst, if you're alive, it's a blessing. I know it's easy for me to sit here and say that in my beautiful home in Fergus, right? But it's true. So that's one of my questions to you. And when I say I leave questions, I usually leave a barrage, because one question leads to the other. So what are you thankful for today? Are you thankful more than today? And is your thankfulness got you into a groove of gratitude? Do you wake up in the morning and just pause and think, wow, I have a beautiful home, a place to sleep, food to eat, someone to hug. These are all very, very important things. And if you're not grateful, and if you're not thankful, what are you filling your mind with? Anxiety, jealousy, fear, hate? What is it that's living in place of gratitude in your mind and your soul? Because they can be there, and you get to choose how long they get to reside there. Now listen, I'm not saying it's easy. I've gotten away from a lot of that. But it's definitely worth the work, worth the battle, worth the journey and the adventure. So, saying thank you is really, it is the beginning of gratitude. And I think that's why it's so important to teach children manners, to say please and thank you. And to know that thank you means more than just 2 words, right? And it's a way to be compassionate, to be kind, to show appreciation, and just to acknowledge that someone's done something, you know? And so the last thing I like to always leave my podcast off with is a thing where I have I don't know if it's a phrase or whatever, but it's something that I often will attach to my work or my videos or posters I create or artwork I create. I'll put it on the back. And it's because there are 3 powerful things I know everyone can do. And so I invite you to do it today, tomorrow, whenever you feel it is a good time to do this. So 3 ways we all can change the world to a place of positivity and gratitude. Speaking of Thanksgiving. 1, share your smile. Every smile is beautiful. Every smile has power. Every smile is magical. And sometimes a smile from a stranger can be the best thing that someone has when they have a tough day. Especially if their tough day is one like you cannot even begin to imagine. So share your smile. Share your laughter. Jokes, tickles, memories, happy memories, movies. If you know someone who's struggling, go make them laugh. Laugh with them. Don't laugh at them. But it's true, laughter is the best medicine. That's why that's a cliche, because it's true. And number 3, share your love. I think I did those out of order. Share your smile, share your love, share your love. Now I'm confused. I think I talked about sharing your love, and share your laughter. So share your love. Let me rewind. So there's 3. Share your smile, share your love, and share your laughter. I guess when you share your smile, to me, you are sharing love. And when you share love, you're able to laugh. And laughter is the medicine, the best medicine in the world. This is not as clean and as short of an entry as I was hoping, but I'm glad I was here and able to share it with you. I hope that you got something out of my poem. If I read it too fast or it was confusing, I've actually included it in the description. Feel free to go and read it. And know that I am grateful for all of you who come by and visit with me. So whether it's now in October in Canada or next month in November in the US, I wish everyone a very, very happy, delightful, delicious, wonderful Thanksgiving 2025. See you guys next week.